got you. Let it rap. Look. City eyes, it's time to vote on. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Because it's the foundation for it to fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game for John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Ben's taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope fell. Java cool, man, dark hands get broke down. Ride through Evans to a mall quad, telling me how them crackers turn this child into a ghost town. Focus out there, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Never like shine like heaven to a rain cloud. Block have a fit like my child, so damage. Try to warn them niggas, we play alls like tarantulas. The mother niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see prophets under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I want it black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that's so dirty to handle. Look, I'm more like a facility, precious cargo. Spirit ancient, but I got a notice in me auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Waldo. Sleep if they move, cut through they seeds like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like 40 when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Round with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
All right. Clap it up. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. It is Monday, the history breakdown class, where we break it down line upon line, precept upon precept. Here a little, there a little. Getting into where we left off at in the Genesis breakdown. We are in Genesis 47. Joseph is finally reunited and whole with his entire family. You understand? He's seen his father for the first time in almost 15 years. You know what I'm saying? Overtaken with emotion. You know what I'm saying? He went through hell, you understand, to receive heaven. And you know, the constant question that we continue to ask, what are you willing to sacrifice in your life in order to achieve not only what's necessary for you, but for your people? Are you willing to go through hell for it? You understand? A lot of people say, you know, I want to be successful, but a lot of people don't understand what that means, what that entails to be successful. You can look at any professional athlete, any professional musician, any scientist that's at the top of his field, any doctor that's at the top of their field. Anybody that is at the top of their field, whether good or bad, they had to sacrifice. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to be not only for yourself, but for your family, for your lineage, for your culture to be in the right position, right? So that is what Joseph experienced. That is what Joseph went through. So we're going to pick up right here in Genesis 47 and 1. So pretty much what we left off at. Joseph is after he comes to the emotional reconciliation and reuniting with his father. He basically instructs him like, okay, cool, you know, I'm about to set the family up. Like when we go before Pharaoh, like just let them know, that we shepherds. You know what I'm saying? Our profession, our occupation is cattle and has been that way from our fathers and from our forefathers. That way, you know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't worried about cattle. You know what I'm saying? That way we can have our position set in this kingdom and won't be threatened by anybody. And what's crazy, what I brought out in the last class is we've been cowboys and cowgirls since the beginning. You understand? This is what we do. And the crazy part is we didn't ran away from it. We didn't ran away from the country. You understand? When the scriptures literally said, what was matter of fact, what was Jacob's inheritance? You remember, Sapar? What was Jacob's inheritance? Not Jacob, what was Isaac's? No. Yeah, what was Jacob's inheritance? Jacob versus Esau. What was his inheritance versus Esau's inheritance?
So, like, if I may, Esau's inheritance was the dew of the earth, and I believe
was it the dew of the earth?
Yes, that he would like take over the earth through the sword.
Okay, let's hold on, I got you. Let's go to it real quick. Boom, 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 boom. It is in Genesis 27 and 28. All right, so 27 is 28 is what he gave Jacob, and then let's see, and then 39 is what he gave Esau.
And I'm going to come to this book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, God gave thee of the dew of the heaven.
No, therefore God.
Slakia. Therefore, God gave thee of the dew of heaven,
mm-hmm.
and the fatness of the earth,
mm-hmm.
and plenty of corn and wine.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 29. Let people serve thee, and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren,
mm-hmm.
and let thy mother's son bow down to thee.
Mm-hmm.
Curse be everyone that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee.
All right. So the first part of it was God gave him the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. You understand? Anywhere we go in this earth and we dwell doing in agriculture and dealing in livestock and cattle, we succeed. That is our stock. That is where we come from. Like the earth responds to us. You understand? You can get out there, not know nothing about farming and stuff like that. You get out there, plant a whole bunch of seeds before you know it, your garden gone crazy. You understand? You got crops out the wazoo. You understand? But Esau's inheritance, go to that.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 38.
Mm-hmm.
And Esau said unto his father, hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 39. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, behold, thy dwelling.
Thy what?
Behold, thy dwelling.
Thy what?
Thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth,
mm-hmm.
and the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shall thou live.
Say that one more time.
And by thy sword shall thou live,
Mm-hmm.
and shall serve thy brother,
And do what?
and shall serve thy brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke off thy neck.
And this is why Esau, so the quote unquote white man, this is why he has to have occupation in every nation across the world. Know what? Like, matter of fact, Sapar, look up for me real quick. Go on Google and look up how many military bases does the United States have worldwide. Look that up for me real quick. How many military bases does the United States have worldwide?
Kanamakan. Google said, as of July 2024, the United States has at least 128 military bases in 55 countries.
Say that one more time.
At least have 128 military bases in 55 countries and territories.
In 55 countries and territories spread throughout the entire world. You understand? So he is literally living out what his blessing was. His blessing was that he would dwell in the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven. He has to dwell in places where the people know how to work the land, because he has no culture. He has no he's a vagabond. You understand? He is a cultureless bandit. He has to go everywhere and steal resources because he has no resource of his own. Because it said that he would live by what? Read 40 one more time.
The book of Genesis, chapter 27 and verse 41.
40.
Slakia, verse 40.
Mm-hmm.
And by thy sword shalt thou live,
Mm-hmm.
and shall serve thy brother.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
And to bring it home, why Esau acts the way he acts towards us, read the next verse, 41.
And Esau hated Jacob.
He loved Jacob.
And Esau hated Jacob,
Mm-hmm.
because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him.
And that is why he hates you today. You understand? Everything, like, you want to know how, like, I'll give you a perfect example. I was on Facebook the other day, and I came across a video, and it was two boats that was in a dock at a Marina Bay getting ready to go out on the water for a little yacht party. You had the black people boat, you know what I'm saying, talking, playing the song Ordinary People, you know what I'm saying, the whole crowd rocking, having a good time partying. And the person that was videotaping was like, I think they gave me a ticket to the wrong boat. And then she paying her boat. And it's just white people just sitting there, quiet, all reserved. You understand? They hate you because of that. You understand? All you doing is having a good time amongst yourself, because the Lord gave you the fatness of the earth. No, it don't know. You can you can drop us off in the middle of the desert. We're going to have a party in the middle of the desert. We're going to turn the desert into an oasis. You understand? It's somehow, some way, you understand, it's going to be a plush green land in about 2 years. Go ahead, support.
Slakia, if I may, they just, bring back a class I seen when Captain Kahan was talking about Moses in the desert. He said when Moses came down back down, he said it was a party over here and a party over there.
You see what I'm saying? Like Moses went up on Mount Sinai. It wasn't even 8 hours. He was up there, and the Lord was like, they down there being heathens. You know what I'm saying? Throwing a party for Baal. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, in the middle of the wilderness. So they hate you for that because you have the fatness of the earth. Right. They can only dwell in it. So everywhere that they dwell, they have to take advantage of the people who have the resources, because they have no resource. all they know how to do is live by the sword, kill, take, and plunder. They are natural born pirates. You understand? People be talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans when really the American government, hell, all of these governments are the biggest gangsters on the face of the earth. You understand? They're pirates. You understand? They take by the sword. Like, what's crazy is, like, the United States has two of the biggest oil deposits on the face of the earth. Whenever you get a chance, Google Odessa, Texas. Like, go on Google Maps and type in Odessa, Texas. When you type that in, you're going to see a whole bunch of white and black squares from fracking. They have literally fried a whole portion of Texas due to fracking and destroying the land, pumping oil out of it. You understand? It's oil that the United States does not use. They took all the oil from Venezuela. This is all oil that they don't use. You understand? They use the Saudis' oil. You understand? They deplete the world supply, don't touch ours. You understand? Like, we really don't need any other country's oil at all. We have our own. You understand? But they are so much of a culturalist bastard, and they want to control everything, that they have to live by the sword and take from everyone. You understand? So this is why it is the way it is. It goes all the way back. This is why that's why I said we've been cowboys and cowgirls from the beginning, because the Lord gave us the fatness of the earth. You understand? We've been handling livestock since we came from Mesopotamia. You understand? That has been our profession, and we've gotten too far away from it, and it's time for all of us to get back to our roots. It's time for you to get out there and touch some soil. It's time for you to get out there, put a fishing reel and fishing rod out there in them lakes, man. It's time for us to get back to what our ancestors did. We are too dependent upon this nation. And with Joseph, what we're about to find out in chapter 47, Joseph is about to give you a class on how the Lord, you don't have to do nothing. The Lord will give the nation to you overnight. You understand? All you got to do is just play your part and be consistent. You understand? All right. Let's go to Genesis chapter 47, verse 1.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Then Joseph came and told Pharaoh and said, my father and my brethren and their flocks and their herds and all that they have are come out of the land of Canaan. And behold, they are in the land of Goshen.
Mm-hmm.
And he took some of his brethren, even 5 men, and presented them unto Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 3. And Pharaoh said unto his brethren, what is your occupation?
What is what?
What is your occupation?
Hey, this is how many people seen the movie 300? You seen the movie 300 before?
Okay.
You seen the movie 300? About the Spartans? You know what I'm saying? Movies like, Spartans, what is your occupation? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta know what you are naturally good at. Most blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we're naturally good with animals. You understand? Even if we don't like the animal, my wife don't like cats, but cats love her. You know what I'm saying? But shoot, you put a pit bull around her, you put any dog around her, you know what I'm saying? They gonna be all over. You know what I'm saying? Any animal we come across, they are naturally drawn to us because we are the fatness of the earth. We know how to deal with the Lord has given with us. You know what I'm saying? But we stray away from it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of y'all don't even know how to put stirrups on a horse, how to saddle a horse. You know what I'm saying? How to strap it down, let alone ride it. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how to bale hay. You know what I'm saying? These are the things that we have gotten away from, and our cousins are millionaires off of this. You understand? Esau is millionaires off of this. Like, one thing that he makes sure that he has his hand in: agriculture, livestock, and oil. Because I don't know if you know, you got a prize. We looked it up last week when we was breaking down the gift that Pharaoh gave. You understand, for Joseph to take with him to go pick up his father. You understand, like, one cow can go anywhere from as low as $2,000. We just talking about a base cow from $2,000 to $5,000. That's not even a prize heifer or a prize bull. A prize bull can go for $500,000. That's one. And don't have a prize bloodline. You understand? This is $1 million business. But when we broke down the livestock that Joseph sent to his father in the caravan, it was $1 million. We got to get back to what the Lord gave us. We done strayed too far from it. You understand? Okay. So Pharaoh, you know what I'm saying, asks his brethren, what is your occupation? Go ahead.
Pharaoh come. And they said unto Pharaoh, thy servants are shepherds.
Or what?
Or shepherds.
Mm-hmm.
Both we and also our fathers.
Verse 4.
Verse 4. They said moreover unto Pharaoh, for to sojourn in the land are we come, for thy servants have no pasture for their flocks, for the famine is sore in the land of Canaan.
Mm-hmm.
Now, therefore, we pray thee, let thy servants dwell in the land of Goshen.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 5. And Pharaoh spoke unto Joseph, saying, thy father and thy brethren are come unto thee. Verse 6. And the land of Egypt is before thee, in the best of the land. Make thy father and brother to dwell in the land of Goshen.
What you have to understand is, when you walk righteously and upright with the Lord thy God, you will reap where you have not sown. You understand? Like, as we read last chapter, you understand, when Jacob, when Israel, when he left his land, his father's land, the land that his father and his father's father cultivated, you understand, the wells that they dug, he stopped and he made a sacrifice in Beersheba, just like his ancestors did, because he was going into a strange land and for the Lord to make a way for him. And as soon as he gets there, you understand, he's given not just any land, he's given the choice land of Egypt, just like his ancestor was. Matter of fact, give me that. Go back to Genesis 20. No, it's 20 and 15. Let's go. Let's start at about 20 and 16. Or 20 and 14. 20 and 14. Genesis 20 and 14.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 20 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
And Abimelech
Mm-hmm.
took sheep and oxen
Mm-hmm.
and men servants
Mm-hmm.
and women servants
Mm-hmm.
and gave them unto Abraham.
And gave them to who?
And gave them unto Abraham.
Who's Abraham to Jacob?
That would be his great grandfather.
No, his grandfather. Not
his grandfather.
This is his
Select.
grandfather. Uh-huh.
And restored him Sarah, his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And Abimelech said, behold, my land is before thee.
Say it one more time.
And Abimelech said, behold, my land is before thee.
Mm-hmm.
Dwell where it pleaseth thee.
Dwell where?
Where it pleaseth thee.
You understand? When you, like, everything that Jacob has done, he did what his forefathers did. This is why in the Israelite School Universal Practical Knowledge, we preach what is written aforetime is for your learning and for your understanding. It don't matter what nobody else do. As long as you stay righteous, that's all that matters. You understand? They can go as far left or as far right as they want. You stay centered. You understand? Because when you do that, the Lord is going to lead you wherever you need to go. It can be a loss to everyone else, but the Lord will turn it out for your gain. You'll get fired and end up working at a job making 3 times more than what you was making at your last job. It's they lost, but for you, it's a gain. You understand? Abraham, you know what I'm saying? Like the dude tried to kidnap his wife and take his wife from him. He ended up getting for restitution. He ended up getting oxen, maid servants, man servants, and then read the rest of it. Verse 16.
Verse 16. And Sarah, and unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given thy brother 1,000 pieces of silver. Behold, he is to thee a covering of the eyes unto all that are with thee, and with all others thus she was reproved.
You know what I'm saying? And just so you know, like silver is about $27.37 an ounce. And that right there, like that piece is probably like is a shekel. So shekels is about 5 ounces. Let me do the math real quick. So that's 5,000. Let's see. 5,000 times 27.35. He just gave him an extra 136,000 on top of the livestock and the man service and the maid servants, just as restitution. You know what I'm saying? When you follow the Lord, you will reap where you have not sown. That's why Christ said, in my Father's house are many mansions. I go and make a place for you. Like, you have to believe what is in this book. Like, it is one thing to know it, you know what I'm saying? But you have to really walk in faith. Like, if you really knew what was meant for you, because, like, you know, we know the laws, statutes, and commandments, but we so focused on Genesis 28, 15 through 68 that we neglect verses 1 through 14, which are the blessings. Like, if you do what the Lord tells you, he will raise you up above all nations on the face of the earth. But you got to keep one thing in mind. He is not raising you up for selfish gain. He is always raising you up for your people. You will never rise above the status quo of your people. You understand? He didn't raise Joseph up to be number 2 in the land under Pharaoh just for him to be like, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm on now. You know what I'm saying? I'm big dog status now. You understand? He rose him up to be in a position to save his family's life, which was a vision that was sent to him when he was a boy, and which made his family members hate him for it. When you're chosen, you got to understand you're going to be hated. Jacob was chosen and blessed. Esau hated him for it. You understand? The Lord was giving Joseph dreams. You understand? His brothers hated him for it because they didn't have dreams. They just got up and went to work. So what you mean dreams? You know what I'm saying? We don't got time to dream. We gotta get up and make sure this herd is fed. We gotta make sure they got bales of hay. We gotta make sure that they got water. We gotta clean out. We gotta make sure that the maid service and the man service clean out the stalls. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go and trade. We don't got time for dreams. But when he had dreams and then his father gave him this coat that he made himself, his brothers envied him. When you are chosen, people will envy you. You understand? The scripture says that a man's foes is of his own household. This is what you got to understand. This is what you're fighting against. And you got to know when you're walking with the Lord, prepare for lessons, not losses, lessons. And they're going to be hard lessons because anything worthwhile given from the Lord, you will be tested for it. All right. Keep reading. Get back to where we were. I think we stopped off at verse 6.
Comes the book of Genesis, chapter 47 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
The land of Egypt is before thee, in the best of the land. Make thy fathers and brethren to dwell in the land of Goshen.
Mm-hmm.
Let them dwell. And if thou knowest any men of activity among them, make Slakim among them, then make them rulers over my cattle.
Do what?
Then make them rulers over my cattle.
This right here is key. You understand? Not only did they get the choice land, because Goshen is an amazing land. You understand? And the word Goshen or Goshen in the Hebrew mean he that draweth near. That's what that word means in Hebrew, Goshen, to draw near. You understand? Once they drew near, you understand, the Lord made, not only did he make Joseph ruler, you understand, second under command under Pharaoh, he made all of his brethren ruler over Pharaoh's cattle. You understand? When you walk with the Lord, you will reap what you don't sow. And what's crazy is what we about to read, what's about to take place, you're about to learn how even more immensely wealthy the Lord made Joseph, or better yet, Jacob's family. Keep reading.
Come, verse 7. And Joseph brought in Jacob his father, and set him before Pharaoh, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Verse 8. And Pharaoh said unto Jacob, how old art thou?
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob said unto Pharaoh, the days of the years of my pilgrimage are 130 years.
What does pilgrimage mean? Does anybody know? What does pilgrimage mean?
So like it's a pilgrimage is like a travel, like traveling.
It's a journey.
Right.
Right? Okay. So he said the days of his journey is how long?
So like 130 years.
Mm-hmm. So he's 130 years old. Now I want you to pay close attention to what he says right after this. Keep reading.
Kanawakan. If a few and evil have the days of the years of my life been.
Say that one more time.
Kanawakan. Few and evil have the days of the years of my life been.
Did he say few and glorious and good have the days of his life been?
The few and evil have the days of the years of my life been.
Give me Job 14 and 1. What you have to understand is when you are, first and foremost, what is the Most High? What does the scripture say about the Most High? He's a what?
He's a man of war.
He's a man of war, right? So when you're, first and foremost, I want you to understand what it takes for you to be born, right? When you're born, when your father shoots you out of his sack, you understand? It's a million of y'all rushing to one portal. It's a war. It's a battle to get here. It is a war to get here. You outran, outfought, you know what I'm saying? You doing all types of, you know what I'm saying, 52 blocks, you know what I'm saying, Yah Karab, you know what I'm saying, boxing, judo, whatever, to get to that portal. I don't think you understand, first and foremost, the miracle that it takes for you to get here. You understand? Not first for you to make it to the egg, to get in the portal. You know what I'm saying? Once you get in the portal, what it takes, you understand, for a woman to bring a child to term to come into this plane of existence. You understand? So it's war for you to get into the portal. Then your mother has to fight a war to carry you for 9 months. She got to keep all types of random things from entering her body. She got to make sure that she's healthy. She got to make sure that she eats not only for herself but for you. She got to make sure that she's staying away from all of these god awful people with all this bad energy, because whatever negativity she experiences, she knows that it's going to affect you during the process, bringing you to term. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, she got to make sure that she don't fall, she don't slip. You know what I'm saying? That she don't necessarily get into no brawls or nothing like that. I mean, so that you can get here. So it's a fight for you to get into. It's a fight for you to even get into the womb. It's a fight for you and your mother. You understand? Don't be a twin in the womb. You and your twin in the womb. Y'all fighting for the resources that your mama feeding y'all. You understand? And then when you come out of the womb, it is a war. You understand? So Jacob said that his days were few and evil. This is why. Read Job 14:1.
And I'm calling the book of Job, chapter 14 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Man that is born of a woman is of few days, and full of trouble.
And full of what?
And full of trouble.
You understand? From the day that you're born, it is trouble. You understand? It's trouble trying to get your body to a point to where it can handle the weight of your head. It is trouble learning to get the strength to crawl. It is trouble to learn how to walk. It is trouble to try and figure out how to feed yourself. You understand? It is trouble trying to avoid any sharp, inanimate object. You understand? And then once you get to a point to where you master your realm inside of your house, kind of, sort of, you understand, where you can move around, you can open doors and stuff like that. Guess what? It's time for you to go into a bigger world. Guess what? It's daycare. You know what I'm saying? So now you're dealing with the germs and the pathogens and all of this from all of these other worlds combining into your world. And then you got somebody from the other world that don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to learn how to fight. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to defend yourself from a child. And as you grow, you go from one world to a larger world to a larger world until you're fully immersed in this world. Every step along the way, you are dealing with trouble. You understand? But it's to build you to be the best version that you will possibly be. And if you don't step into this trouble, you understand, you're going to constantly be bombarded and lose. Since you in Job, go to Job 5 and 7. Since you already there. You understand? What Quadash say? He said it's a fight to be a child of God every day. It is a fight every single day to be a child of God. You understand? You got constant, like the scripture says, that there is no temptation that is common to man. You understand? You have to fight every day for your righteousness just to have a little bit of peace in this hell. Keep reading. Go ahead and read what you got.
The book of Job, chapter 5 and verse 7. Yet man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upwards.
You understand? As sparks fly upward from a roaring fire, such is the trouble that a man gets in this world. I'm why he's throwing some of the dumps. So you good, you understand? So you have to understand and just accept every day that you get up, there's going to be some type of adversity, some type of challenge. Now, don't get it twisted. You'll have some days where you'll be able to have peace, that you'll be able to relax. That's what the Sabbath is for. But even in those days, there's going to be some type of hurdle for you to overcome. If you have it easy in life, you will not appreciate this life. You understand? If you have it easy in life, you understand, you will have no skill to develop a life. You understand? We see this all the time in family members or friends we grow up with that grow up with a silver spoon in their mouth and they've never had any adversity. They become spoiled brats and feel entitled. You understand? They have no humility or empathy about them. You understand? And that is also why the Lord causes you to go through constant trouble, constant adversity. It is to keep you humble, to know that it is not on your own grit. There is nothing in this world that you can ascertain on your own, even if you open up a business. That's why reviews are so important, because your business is nothing without your customer base and customer service. You understand? You have to be in a constant mindset of service. And that is the biggest lesson from all of this trouble that you go through. It is to teach you, no matter how high you get, the higher you get, the more you have to serve. You understand? Give me what else I want? Give me Ecclesiastes 2:23. You understand? You this is an extremely tough lesson that everyone needs to get. You understand? Every day that you get up in the morning, you're going to experience evil. You know, the moment that you cross your threshold of your door, you should be looking for it. You understand? When you don't expect it, you should be kind of looking like, what's going on? I ain't experiencing something wrong. Where's the adversity? You understand? Like when things are going too right, I'll be looking like, no, something coming. You know what I'm saying? You got to be looking for that haymaker, for that uppercut that's coming. Go ahead, read.
Is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
For all his days are sorrows.
For what?
For all his days are sorrows.
Mm-hmm.
And his travail, grief.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, his heart taketh not rest in the night. This is also vanity. Verse 24.
So let's break that down slowly one more time. Read it again.
Come. For all his days are sorrows,
mm-hmm.
and his travail, grief.
All right. So all your days are sorrow. What does that mean?
It's like it. I mean, if there's always something that can go wrong every single day.
Just think about it like this: when your alarm clock go off for you to go to work, what's your mindset?
Oh man, I gotta go fight this traffic.
You depressed from the moment you open your eyes.
Right.
You ain't even brushed your teeth that long ago. Be like, God, dog, bro. Man, I don't feel like going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Your days are consumed with sorrow. You understand? You are going to have to fight it every single day. You understand? And then it says, hold on, let me go there with you. Where we at? We had Ecclesiastes 2 and 3. Oh, let me get there with you, man. Like this is a lesson that you have to have in your head at all times, man. What was it? 2 and 23. 2 and 23. All right, so it says, for all his days are sorrows, and his travail is grief. So that sorrow is when you get up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You like, bro, I don't feel like fighting through traffic. I just want to see. Like, keep it real. I mean, I ain't gonna just say, y'all, my wife will tell y'all, my alarm go off. I'll hit that snooze button on my alarm clock 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I don't want to go to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll be like, bro, I just want to lay here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to go nowhere. This bed feel too good. Why do I have to go in here enslaved? Because your days are full of sorrow. Even if you work for yourself, you still got to get up and get it. You might have a little bit of excitement because it's your own business. But when that clock go off at 5 a.m., you like, God, dog, bro, I just want to rest. Feel like I just shut my eyes. You understand? And then it says, and his travail is full of grief. Even though you making millions, you making 6 figures, you making, you making hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's grief fulfilling these services. Like, bro, anybody like young man Aaron, he just walked in. You didn't work at a restaurant before, right? You know what I'm saying? And when it's peak time and them tickets spit now, bro, you like, God dog, bro. You know what I'm saying? We done all been there with that ticket machine and them tickets is on the doggone floor. You know what I'm saying? You got to fulfill all of these orders, and all you just hear, like, bro, when I was executive chef at Trez, bro, I could hear the ticket machine in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? It's like a nightmare, bro. They get it. You know what I'm saying? Like order after order. You understand? It is grief and sorrow every single day. But keep reading.
Khan. Yea, his heart taketh not rest.
Your heart does what?
Taketh not rest.
You understand? Like I said, like when you go to sleep, you understand? Like, and that alarm clock go off, you be like, bro, I just closed my eyes. I just closed my eyes, bro. I know it's not 6 a.m. already. Or for some of us that got to get up at 5 or 5, there's like, bro, I know it's not 5 a.m. already, bro. I just closed my eyes. Like, I feel like I ain't, and you just sluggish, you tired. Keep reading.
Come. In the night.
Mm-hmm.
This is also vanity.
This is what?
This is also vanity.
Guess what? You ponder on that. You ponder on all that grief and all that sorrow. Guess what? It's vanity, y'all. You want to know why? Because everybody got to go through it. Everybody going through the same trouble and the same evil that you going through. That's why the scripture says that there's no temptation that is common to man. Guess what? Everybody got to get up at 6:30, 5:30. Everybody got to do it. And don't have kids. You got kids, you might as well forget it. You know what I'm saying? Your day is 4:30, 5 a.m. every morning. You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
And I'm calling verse 24. There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink.
Say what?
There is nothing better for a man than that he should eat and drink, and that he shall make his soul enjoy good in his labor.
You know, well, finish it off.
And I will come. This is also this also I saw that it was from the hand of God.
Now, you know what you can reflect in glory on? That meal that you're supposed to have. When you wake up in the morning, guess what? You can't wait till breakfast. You know what I'm saying? When you get to work, guess what? You can't wait for your lunch break. You know what I'm saying? After your lunch break, you can't wait till you get off and get home and eat, because for all your labor that you have under the sun, all you have to show for it is food and drink. You understand? Like, it don't matter. Even when you go on vacation, you understand? It's just a different location with food and drink. You understand? For all of your labor, you just, like, it don't matter if you got hamburger helper or filet mignon. It don't matter if you got arroz con pollo, which is chicken and rice. You understand? Or quail and what's the thing that people be eating now? What's that grain? Quinoa. Whether you're eating quail and quinoa, you understand? Or whether you're having a Dos Equis, you understand? Or you're drinking reposado, you understand? All you have to show for your labor, you understand, is food and drink. That's it. And guess what? That is of God. You understand? Like, that is how you enjoy the fruits of your labor. That the scripture says, if a man don't work, he don't eat. You understand? For all your intensive labor throughout the day, like you working hard for millions of dollars to get a house just so you can have somewhere to sit down and do what? Have food and drink. That's it. You got to break it down to that. If you go through your day and you ate today, you had something to drink today, guess what? It was a good day. No matter what your supervisor said on his job, you was blessed today. You had food, you had drink. That's all you get for your labor. Whether it's a crappy meal, jumbo jack with cheese, you know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Or some of that goop scoop.
You know, the goop to scoop. I don't even know what that is, man. You feel me? But bro, I went over to Jack in the Box just to grab some fries. I was rolling with my supervisor the other day because he had to fix my company truck. Calm down. See, my wife even looking at me crazy. She's like, nigga, you went to Jack in the Box? Because I don't eat that. You know what I'm saying? But I hadn't ate all day. I was like, man, let me just go ahead and get some fries. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't go eat none of that food, brother. I'm sorry. He's going to jack my stomach up. You feel me? So, but even if you eating Jack in the Box, you know what I'm saying? Or as my boy Support always say, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, man, we can hit that Burger King, get these double meats. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Like, hey, look, you laughing, but shoot, Support used to hold it down back in the day. He used to come in here with at least 6 or 7 double cheeseburgers. You know what I'm saying? So, because he know everybody then just got off work. Ain't none of us had time to get home, and he knew by the time we get up out here, we may not even feel like making a meal. You know what I'm saying? I got these double meats for y'all, bro. Because he knew all you got to show for your labor and the evil and the turmoil and the trouble that you experience for the day is food and drink. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you have to put in perspective. If you got that out, it's a good day. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Yeah, go ahead and read 25.
Good on the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 2 and verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
For who can eat, or who else can hasten hereunto more than I?
You understand? Like, who can speed up time? You know what I'm saying? Like, enjoy being in that present. Because the moment that you lay down to go to rest, guess what? You know what I'm saying? Them sorrows and that grief is coming right back. The cycle is going to repeat. So those moments of rest that you have, relish in it. You understand? This meal that you have, be thankful for it. Because you can go without it. You understand? But to be able to eat and drink and relish in your labor, this thing is of God. You understand? So it don't matter whether you in the highest position or in the lowest condition. You understand? You can be in a 6-bedroom house, 4 bath, you know what I'm saying? 3-car garage, or you can be in county jail, or you can be in prison. As long as you ate and drank today, you are just as blessed as each man in each condition, because you can be in solitary confinement and go without a meal. You can be homeless in the street and go days without a meal. You understand? Hell, you could be so focused on keeping a roof over your head, you gotta drink water to go to sleep on a full stomach. But if you have both food and drink, you gotta always remember you're blessed. You understand? Let's see. All right, give me let's see. I got one more. Give me Ecclesiastes 3 and 9.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
What profit have he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? Verse 10.
Hold on, let me get there with you. Ecclesiastes 3 and 9. Okay, go ahead. Read that one more time.
What profit have he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth?
You know what I'm saying? So the question is, what good is it, you understand, where you work and where you labor? Like, what does it profit you? It doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, the moment that you get your check, it's gone. You know what I'm saying? Well, at least 3/4 of it is gone from food, lights, rent, you understand, car note. You understand? Oh, don't let me not forget taxes, Social Security, Medicare. You know what I'm saying? So with all of that, 3/4 of your check is gone. And keep it real, if you got kids, you got less than a quarter of your check. You know what I'm saying? So what profit is where you labor and where you work at? What profit is it? Keep reading.
And I'm come. I have seen the travail which God hath given to the sons of men.
Which who is giving?
Which God has given to the sons of men.
So what you have to understand is the travail, the hurdles, and all the circumstances that you come encounter with is given to you by God. You understand? Every situation that you encounter, there's a fork in the road. How you gonna handle it? You know what I'm saying? You gonna take the righteous path or you gonna take the wicked path? You understand? Because all of these, it's really like a game. You understand? And the game is it's 144 of the righteous. That's the game. You understand? How many quests and missions can you pass before the Son of Man comes? And each quest, you understand, you have antagonist and you have a protagonist. You know what I'm saying? And each option in the quest, there's an antagonist, there's a protagonist. There's somebody here to distract you from being the main character, to come off on these side quests to be a sub character. But you have to realize at all times that you are the main character. If a lot of y'all lived y'all life like it was a TV series and you're being watched, a lot of y'all lives would be a whole lot better. Because that's really what it is. The angels are watching you in the spirit realm consciously. You understand? And they are observing and reporting everything that you do. You understand? What story is being written about you? You understand? Because everything that you go through, the Lord puts it in front of you to see how you will react. So imagine all the things that Joseph went through. The Lord gave him a vision that he would be up and his brothers and his father, they would bow down to him when he was a child. In order for him to go through that, he had to get kidnapped. In order for him to get that, he had to be a slave. In order for him to get to that, he had to be falsely accused of rape and thrown in prison. In order for him to get to that, he was abandoned. His partners that was on the block with him turned their back on him, forgot about him when they was out and in the world. It was like, yeah, man, we gonna write you, bro. We gonna make sure that you good. We gonna champion your cause before Pharaoh. You know what I'm saying? I posed this question for the past 3 classes. To know that you would be good forever, could you go to prison for 12 to 15 years? To know when you come out, you're going to be a multi-billionaire. You understand? And we all know the type of things that go down in prison. You understand? The experiences that go on in prison. It is living in a world of chaos and warfare 24/7. There's no sleep. You gotta be on your P's and Q's. You gotta watch your cellies. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch the brothers that's on your block. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't join some type of brotherhood for protection, you gotta even watch them and them, because they'll set you up to get more time. You know what I'm saying? And then don't let a riot pop off. You gotta worry about getting shanked. You know what I'm saying? And you got to constantly prove yourself with your hands to keep the booty bandits up off of you. Could you deal with that? Oh, and don't let me forget, you understand, solitary confinement or times where you get locked down or when they cut the air off. You understand? Poor health care. You feel me? Could you deal with that for 12 to 15 years in the worst living conditions, to where you can touch each wall to know that when you got out in 12 to 15 years, you'll be set and good forever. That's the question that you got to ask yourself every day when you get up and you dealing with this bullshit every day. You understand? The bullshit is temporary. You can clean your shoe off when you step in some bullshit. When you step in dog doo-doo, guess what? You can get a hose and clean it off. It's temporary. That smell is temporary. You can clean your shoes off, but how you react, that's a decision that can affect your life forever. Keep reading.
Verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
He hath made everything beautiful.
He did what?
He hath made everything beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
In his time.
In what?
In his time.
Say it one more time.
He hath made everything beautiful in his time.
He has made everything beautiful in his time. You gotta look at your life like you're a seed planted in the ground. Understand this, a seed that's planted in the ground, you're planted in darkness. You have to fight through the darkness just to get to the light to grow. You understand? And then when you get to the light, you gotta fight through the shade from the bigger plants, the bigger trees. You gotta fight through being trampled on, being rained on. You know what I'm saying? Being pissed on by animals. You understand? Being defecated on. You understand? This is all a part of your growth process. You understand? And in due time, you'll become a beautiful bush. You understand? And you'll start bearing fruits. You know what I'm saying? And you'll start blossoming beautiful flowers. Like, bro, you can go, a berry bush can go through 3 seasons not bearing fruit before it'll have one bearing season. It can go through 3 years not bearing fruit. And you'll think that it's a dud. You understand? But one day, because you kept watering it year after year, you kept taking care of it, you kept pruning back the dead leaves, you kept looking after it. You understand? And then one year out of nowhere, you could be like, oh my God, there's berries everywhere. But you nursed it from a seedling. You watched it grow. You pruned back the dead things that were affecting it. Everything is beautiful in its season. It might not be your season right now. You understand? Joseph went through 4 seasons of hell before he was beautiful. And when he was presented to his family, he was the man. He went through 4 seasons of his life in hell, 12 to 15 years. He went from the lap of luxury in his father's house to 4 seasons of hell. You understand? Different conditions of hell to get to heaven. Everything is beautiful in its due season. That's why when Pharaoh posed the question, you understand, when he asks, you understand, like, you know, how old are you? You know what I'm saying? He's like, well, I've sojourned for 136 years and my days have been few of evil. You understand? He didn't say all my days was good. He said few and evil. He lived 136 years, and he said his days were few and evil. That's not saying that you're not going to have good days. It's just you need to have your mindset to know that every day you're going to have trouble. But the question is, are you willing to fight? Do you have the mental capacity? Do you have the mental dexterity? Do you have the conditioning, the mental discipline to get into the battle and fight every day? Because the evil is coming, the trouble is coming, the iniquity is coming. You understand? Whether you want to or not. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife be saying all the times, like, I know I'm going on vacation, but like when I come back, it's gonna be 300 emails, and you got to go through every single one of them. You know what I'm saying? And then it's even worse when you do your job every day, and then when you take time off, the people that's supposed to be holding you down, that you hold down, they don't do their job, and you got even more work when you come back. Because your days on this earth are few and evil. That's why the scripture says that the evil is sufficient for today. Worry not about tomorrow. You understand? Yesterday is gone. Worry not about tomorrow, for evil is sufficient enough for today. Just focus on getting through the day so you can have food and drink. Because the evil is sufficient enough for today. Just get through right now. Focus on making the right and righteous decision right now. That's hard enough. Whatever you had to do out there to get here or to be on here, to tune in to class, what you had to do to get to this point, that was hard enough. Don't worry about tomorrow. For y'all that's at home watching class, enjoy your food and your drinks. I know I am when I get home, because I know that evil coming tomorrow. I know when that alarm clock roll tomorrow, I know I'm hit that snooze button 3 times. You understand? Because the day is full of turmoil and grief. You understand? Your phone constantly ringing off the hook for tickets or whatever task they want for you to do. You know what I'm saying? What profiteth your labor where you work? Nothing. It is God has intentionally put turmoil and grief in your life to see how you will react, to see if you are worthy of progression. You are worthy of what he has envisioned for you. Because in order to have that, you can't be no slouch. You can't be a sluggard. You have to be an ant. You have to be consistent every day dealing with the evil. Keep reading.
Khan. In his time, also, he have set the world in their hearts, so that no man can find out.
What verse are you?
This is verse 11.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
Khan, we'll start from the top.
Start at the beginning of 11.
Khan, verse 11. He have made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he have set the world in their hearts, so that no man can find out the work that God maketh from the beginning to the end.
So the Lord is so cold that he'll have you caught up in the conflicts of your heart to where you can't even see his hand working. You so caught up in your baby mama did this, your baby daddy did this, your kids getting on your nerves, your co-workers getting on your nerves, your friend then backstabbed you. You know what I'm saying? Your mama, your daddy then turn their back on you. Nobody appreciates you. You so caught up in the tumult in your heart. You know what I'm saying? In the woes of this world, the Lord does that intentionally so you can't see his hand working. Because if you knew you had 100 grand over here and you could see the 100 grand, you would act different. You know what I'm saying? Everybody acts different when they know eyes are on them. The Lord intentionally have you consumed in the issues of your heart so you can't see his work, to see if you're deserving of what he's building for you. Because it'll be times and seasons in your life where you feel like the Lord ain't even there. But it's just like that scripture that I pulled in Job. You'll be looking on the left side, he on the right side, making the way for you. You turn to the right, he on the left, clearing out a path for you. You look behind you and he in front of you, the making the whole way. So everywhere you turn, you don't see or feel the Lord. He's doing that intentionally to make you think that you in the dark, to see how you gonna act. You understand? If we was watching a TV show and when Joseph was kidnapped and he was thrown into slavery, you know, people wouldn't have tripped if he would have turned bad if we watching a TV show. You know what I'm saying? If when he was made a slave, you know what I'm saying, he rose up, we champion him, and then he get falsely accused of rape and thrown in prison. If we was watching a TV show, nobody would have blamed him if he would have lost his mind and went on a killing spree. You know what I'm saying? Because he's been falsely accused and he's thrown in prison. If he became a hard-nosed killer or whatever inside of prison because of the condition, oh man, it's just because of what happened to him, man. You know, that brother was falsely convicted. You know, he angry. You know what I'm saying? But in every single situation, you know what that scripture never said? Joseph never cursed God. He never forgot or turned his back on his God. You got to know the power that you serve. The Lord likes a fight. He wants to put you in the most ridiculous conditions to see, because the scripture says he will never put you in a position where there's no way out. So that's the mindset that you got to have when you come into a situation. Okay, there's a way out. What is it? If you have that mindset, a lot of the stuff that you go through won't phase you. You'll actually laugh at it. Oh, that's what we doing today? I bet. You know what I'm saying? That's the mindset that you got to have. All right, keep reading.
Verse, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there is no good in them.
Say that one more time.
I know that there is no good in them.
You understand? The Lord knows that there, like your flesh naturally wants to do evil. When somebody cuts you off, you want to slash their tires. You want to play bumper cars with them. You know what I'm saying? When somebody cuts you in line, you want to fight them. You know what I'm saying? Like your natural inclination, your first instinct, and a lot of times, is to hurt somebody, because there's no good in your flesh. Your flesh just wants to do what immediately feels good. Your flesh is addicted to ODing on satisfaction and pleasure. That's the condition of our society today. That's the reason why, like, these kids is just drugged out of their mind 24/7, because they ODing on pleasure. That's the reason why pornography it's crazy. It's just nudity everywhere on television. It's homosexuality everywhere on television, because they want you to OD on pleasure. You understand? It's like when you look at all of these food videos, you know what I'm saying? I be looking at stuff. It's like they trying to invent the newest way to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, why do you need to boil an egg and then take that boiled egg and then put Jimmy Dean sausage around it, sear that off, and then once you sear that off, and then you make a wet batter for pancake batter, and then you dip the cooked Jimmy Dean sausage, and then you deep fry the pancake, and then after that, you dip all of that in syrup. You know what I'm saying? Like, brother, my back is getting fat talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? It's because our flesh is conditioned to OD on pleasure. But the Lord loves obedience more than sacrifice. You understand? And to be obedient, it's gonna hurt. It take more mental pain not to slap the hell out of somebody that deserve it than to do it. You know what I'm saying? It take more mental pain to pass on that blunt that your partner's trying to pass to you in the circle than to hit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the condition of the battle. Every day is about warfare. In order to get a crown of glory in this life, because this world is given to the hand of the wicked, you're going to go through hell to get it if you're righteous. You're going to lose you're going to lose your family. You're going to lose your friends. You understand? You're going to lose relationships. You know what I'm saying? You know, with men, if you're a woman, you'll lose a relationship with your man. If you're a man, you're going to lose a relationship with your woman. You know what I'm saying? You're going to fall in and out with people walking with the Lord because he is about warfare. Joseph went through spiritual warfare to become number two, not only number two, but made it to where his brothers were rulers over over the Pharaoh's cattle. Because you go through hell for 15 years for that, to have your family set up forever. Because you go through 15 years of prison, a maximum security prison. You understand? With hardened criminals and killers, rapists, pedophiles. Because you be in the mix of that for 15 years to have your family set forever. Imagine your daddy, it got you good forever, but in order for you to get what he has for you in this trust fund, you got to go do a 15-year bid. And you got to go do it 10 toes down with your chin up for you to be good forever. And your children to be good forever. That's the type of God you serve. He want to see you suffer and see how much you are willing to fight for what you deserve. You say you deserve it, but you talking about is just entitlement. You know, everybody celebrates birthdays, but the scripture says that the day of one's death is greater than one's birth. You did nothing to get here. It's about the type of man that you are, or type of woman that you are, day in and day out, that you live. Keep reading, Sapar.
Come. But for a man to rejoice.
Say it one more time, Mark.
But for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life. Verse 13. And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God.
The only thing that is good is being able to eat and drink, to enjoy the fruits of your labor. To go through, to know the hell that you went through today, and you sit down with that drink, eating that food, like, man, I survived it, bro. I know how I was gonna do it, man. Them tickets was on the floor, man. Like, man, it's like they kept coming. You know what I'm saying? The crowd for this food, bro, that we had to serve, bro. It's like it never ended. Somehow you survived. You want to know how? One ticket at a time. I always tell people, like me and Aaron, we didn't have conversations. What I tell you, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. You know what I'm saying? Before you know it, you know what I'm saying, you didn't walk the mile. You know what I'm saying? It went from a mile to 3 miles. You know what I'm saying? From 3 miles to a half a K. To a half a K to a 3K. And before you know it, you done ran a marathon. But guess what? When you wake up, the marathon continues. It's never over until you die. That's why the scripture says, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. It's not for a day. It's not for a week. It's not for a month. It's not for a decade. It's to the end. This life is about warfare to the end, till you draw up your last breath. And like the scriptures saying, you draw up your feet in your bed and go to sleep with your fathers. It's going to be warfare every day. So you might as well get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Like when you see all of these funny videos of these little kids that's born and they sitting there and you see them like rubbing their head and, you know, like a couple of them flicking middle fingers, they realize like, dang, bro, I'm back here again. The marathon continues. You know what I'm saying? Because you still in between that veil. You still there and here. You know what I'm saying? That veil is real thin. That's why, you know, kids, they have visions and they see things that adults can't. Because that veil is real thin. You know what I'm saying? And when they kids, they understand a lot of things that adults forgot. Keep reading. You're going to read the verse 15.
That will come. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3 and verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever.
It shall be what?
It shall be forever.
So the Lord said, if you hearken, keep, and do all the commandments that I command thee this day, that I will raise you above high, above all the nations on the face of the earth. That is an edict forever. But guess what? The counterpart to that is, if you do not hearken, do, or keep the commandments that I give you this day, that all of these curses shall overtake thee. That's forever. So every day that you get up, every tumultuous situation, every evil that you encounter, you got a decision to make. To keep the commandments or break them. To rise to the top like cream or sink to the bottom like a bone. You understand? You got a choice to make every day. In each decision, you either going to rise a little or you're going to fall a little. But guess what? It's a consistent wave. It's going to be peaks and it's going to be valleys. But are your peaks and valleys consistently rising, or are you constantly on the decline? That's the question that you got to ask yourself. Keep reading.
That will come. It shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it.
Say that one more time.
That will come. It shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it.
Brother, that's the good news. The good news is nothing can be taken away from what the Lord has from you. And nothing can be put to it. The punishments are set, the blessings are set. The conditions of the game, the warfare is set. All you got to do is every day embark on the quest. Nothing's going to come to you in your bed. You understand? Like, nothing comes to a sleep. Nothing comes to a sleeper but a dream. You understand? You waste your time. You got a set amount of time here, and you can gain more time by the more quests you knock out. But you biding your time and wasting your time, you understand, doing all of these side missions, trying to collect coins, and that's not the point of the game. The point of the game is for you to finish. In every game that you play on, it don't matter what council it is, there's a goal to the game. It's for you to finish the quest. But within the game, there are millions of side missions. Those side missions are to distract you, to get, better armor, better weapons, and all of this stuff. But none of that matters, because in the game, they give you everything you need to be successful, to finish. But now you want to finish in style. You want to have the coldest skins. You know what I'm saying? You know, you want to have the best armor, the best uniform. You know what I'm saying? You want to be fly. You understand? Which to a certain degree, there's nothing wrong with that, but you got to understand, like Solomon said, that is vanity. You understand? It's not important. It's cool for a moment. Okay, after the moment pass, whatever you got is just gonna sit in your closet and collect dust, and then you're gonna end up giving it away in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. Like, how many, and especially like with women, how many items do you have in your closet that you didn't wore one time and you gave it away? Just keeping it real. It's the same thing with, bro. I got clothes in my closet, brother, that I ain't worn in 10 years. It's just in there. You understand? Just collecting dust and taking up space. You understand? And the older you get, the more you realize that those things aren't important. Being able to share a meal with your significant other, that's important. To be able to watch your kids grow and to nourish them, you understand, and to watch them blossom and become beautiful in their own time, that's important. You understand? To speak life into a brother and watch him step into his own light, that's important. You understand? That's the quest. You are constantly put in these tumultuous, troublesome conditions to speak life into people, to be a light for people, to teach people how to turn on their light. You understand? That is the quest. And you got to do it every day when you tired. You understand? When your back hurt. You understand? When you done stubbed your toe. You understand? Or like me, you know, I box in my spare time. You know, so I be at the boxing gym. I can't tell you how many times I done jam my thumb from somebody you know, blocking, you know what I'm saying, when I throw an uppercut or a body shot, you know what I'm saying? I got a constant jam and bruise right here on this knuckle. It happens so much. When it happens now, it don't even hurt no more. Can you fight through the pain, Ak? Can you work through the pain, Aqua? This is the condition of the battle. Trouble and evil every day. And guess what? You got to train for it. You understand? You know how you train for it? Psalms 1, my favorite scripture. You know what I'm saying? It says, a man of the Lord meditates in the scriptures day and night. It be days when you be so tired you don't feel like reading, but guess what? You need to, because it builds up your spirit to know how to deal with things when you come across certain quests on the battlefield. Because the instruction manual is right here. There is nothing that you're going to go through in your life that ain't in this book. I guarantee it. No situation. People got evicted in this book. You know what I'm saying? You know, people, I mean, they ain't have cars, they had wagons. So they lost their agriculture. They lost their transportation. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? People's families have turned their back on them. You know what I'm saying? People in here have had drug addictions. There are whores and whoremongers in this book. You know what I'm saying? People been popping it on a handstand forever. It's in this book. You understand? There's nothing that you can tell me. You lose your job, it's in this book. You lose your position or status in life, it's in this book. Your kids taken from you, it's in this book. You understand? The government is oppressing you, it's in this book. There's nothing that you can tell me, no condition, or that's why scripture says there's no temptation that is common to man. Everything that you go through, guess what? Somebody else went through it and survived. Keep reading.
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
That which have been is now.
Say that one more time.
That which have been is now. Mm-hmm. And that which is to be have already been.
Mm-hmm.
And God required that which is past.
Do you understand what that means? Aaron, Sapar, do y'all understand what that means? You want to give it a shot? Give that brother a hand. Give that brother a hand. You understand? Like, regardless of what comes and regardless of what passed, it's an already happened. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? The Lord still requires the blood oath that your ancestors made way back when. Don't matter what you did in your past. If you was wicked, if you was righteous, it's gone. You can't change yesterday. It's gone. You feel me? And what's coming has already been. You know how many famous people there's been on this earth? It's been millions of famous people. It's gonna always be famous people. Guess what? It's gonna always be poor people. It's always gonna be a working class. It's always gonna be a ruling class. And it's always gonna be a middle class. You understand? There's always gonna be an underdog that rises to the top. There's always gonna be somebody at the top that's gonna fall to the bottom. It's always gonna be people that's gonna commit suicide. It's always going to be innocent people that are falsely convicted. You understand? It's going to all what is to be has already been. But guess what? The Lord still requires the past. So it don't matter the condition of the battle as long as you know the rules. As long as you know the rules and you stay in bounds, you can do what you want. You can be free as long as you follow the rules. There are no penalties as long as you follow those. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to experience adversity. Because in every game, even though you might be the coldest game player, you know what I'm saying? You done won tournaments out in Vegas and all of that stuff. You feel me? But there's going to come either an opponent or an update on a game that you're going to be like, I ain't never seen this before. I ain't never experienced this before. And I thought I done seen every move that this person can do. But the way this person is playing is so sporadic. It's no pattern. But the Lord don't give you a situation that you can't find a way out of. And the way out of it is following the rules. Because the moment that you break the rules, it's open season, brother. But you, being righteous, have to understand every single day that you get up, the conditions of the battle is trouble, grief, and evil. And it's all to see how you're going to war. Are you going to war righteously? Or are you going to war wickedly? Are you going to play clean? Or are you going to play dirty? That's it. You know what I'm saying? What time is it? Read 47 and 10, and then we'll pick up at 11 next week.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 47 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
And Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from before Pharaoh.
And let me tell you something. You know, we're such a righteous people. Even when we curse you, we bless you. How many times have when you didn't say something out the side of your neck to one of your grandparents, they'd be like, bless your poor heart. Or they'd be like, you bless you, you poor ignorant soul. You understand? That's the type of people, that's the type of stock that we come from. Here's Jacob, Israel, he's blessing his enemy. You understand? And you want to know why he's blessing his enemy? Because as we're about to find out, that the Lord is going to increase his station just like he's done every single time. One thing that you got to know for sure, and that's why in the condition that we're in this battle, you got to be 10 toes down, because every time the children of Israel have come into opposition in a strange land, when they leave that strange land, they leave with all their wealth every single time. When Abraham first came in contact with Pharaoh, and Pharaoh tried to take his wife, he left with wealth. You know what I'm saying? When Abraham came in contact with Abimelech for the first time, and Abimelech tried to take his wife, guess what? He left with wealth. You understand? When Abraham rolled down on the people that kidnapped his nephew Lot, guess what? He came back with wealth. You understand? When Isaac, you understand, dealt with Abimelech, you understand? Guess what? He came back with wealth. You understand? When Jacob went and dwelt with his uncle Laban, you understand, and Laban tried to use all type of trickery to catch him up because he knew the Lord was with him to keep him in his house. Guess what? When he left Laban, he left with 3/4 of his wealth in livestock. Every time we go in a strange land and we're oppressed and we maintain our righteousness, guess what? We leave with their wealth. So it is even more so important right now in the conditions of the battle for you to stay righteous. Go ahead and bless your enemy. You understand? Because when you bless them, guess what? What they got, you leaving with. You understand? If your supervisor is blessed on your job, who reaps the benefit? The employee. If the company you work for is blessed with a huge production season, guess what? You get blessed with a bonus. You understand? Now, when your enemies do wrong against you, hey, like we say in the truth, Lord be with you. Because he definitely with me, God, you know. The last person that tried to do evil to me that got me fired at my last job, he was the regional director. Guess what? As soon as I left and I got this new job, I got a phone call from one of my old supervisors. Guess what I found out? He got fired. For doing wicked stuff. That's what I'm saying. You don't gotta sweat the small stuff. The Lord will send wind to you that you've been venerated, that justice has been served. And you know what? You don't gloat, you don't relish in it. You just be like, con out of one con. All right, what we gotta do? You just move on like it's business as usual. Because if you don't, the Lord will turn the destruction from that person. You understand? So it's not that I wanted that person to be destroyed, but I mean, I've been blessed. What? Why am I be like, yeah, see, I told you. For what? He see it already. You know what I'm saying? So this chapter that we're about to go through, it's going to teach us the condition of the battle and how the victory is already set. You just gotta walk it out. Remember, yesterday is gone, tomorrow's not here, but the evil is sufficient enough for today. And every man that is born of a woman, last time I checked, every man and woman is born of a woman. They are born into the day that is evil. So when you wake up in the morning, you hit that alarm clock, just have it in your mind. Okay, what trouble and evil we dealing with today, Lord? You know what I'm saying? You should get up. You know what I'm saying? You should wake up, get out your bed like this, like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, 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 ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like you ready. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a boxing match. You know what I'm saying? Loosen that neck up. Get that blood pumping. Eat you some fruit. You know what I'm saying? Get your heart rate up. You know what I'm saying? When you come in there with everybody dead, you should be alive while what's going down, baby. That's how my employees, they be like, man, bro, you always so full of energy. When I walk out that door, You know what I'm saying? I jump around a little bit. You feel me? Because the condition of the day is warfare. All right, and with that, we're going to stop there. We're going to say Amagium, which means to stand. Sar, which means to turn. We're going to face the east. We're going to do the Lord's Prayer first in Hebrew, then in English. Repeat after me. Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwatha, Taba'ah, Ratazayaka, Hayah, Asha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathalanawa, Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalaknawa, Kabawapnawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawapyanawa, Wala'ah, Tabi'ayanawa, Banasaya 1, Abal, Hawashayanawa, Mayan, Rai, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'Allah, Wahata Para, La'awalamium, Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Sar, turn to face the front. We'll give a courtesy salute to the brothers and to the sister. Individual, Mani Shabbat, Majid, Ra, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah Brakatah, Yadmatah, Sar, turn to face the sister. Individual, Mani Shabbat, Majid, Ra, Yahweh Shemar Atah Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. Yadmatah, dismiss.